Hello. How are you? Right. I'm tired. Tired a lot recently. Happens. Oh, I have nothing specific, yet lots of things to talk about. Hello there. What's your name and where'd you come from? I do actually quite a bit there. Quite a bit to show. It's good fun. Oh, I need to press this magic button. Otherwise, I won't be able to see. Hi, Sharon. Hey, April. Now, I've got to try and figure this out. That's probably going to be better there, isn't it? Like that. Now you can't see my head. I give up. I give up. I give up. Right. Now, did you see that? Did a live about a week ago. I got this from Sweet Pea Farm NY. Lovely Michelle at Sweet Pea Farm. You do see seeds. We'll get to the seeds in a minute. But yeah, look at that. Michelle at Sweet Pea Farm NY needle felted that. And it's come all the way from America. It's so cute. I'm showing everybody. Even the postwoman's seen it. Hi, Rach. Now, quite a while ago, I said I'd made a Christmas tree decoration that's an octopus, and I didn't show you him finished. There you go. It's got googly eyes. He actually started off life as an angel, but that didn't go very well. So he's an octopus Christmas tree decoration. Now, I bet he's the best octopus Christmas tree decoration you have ever seen. Can't deny that, can you? See? I make the best Christmas tree octopuses. Oh, look, you can't see them now. Move the camera. Very individual. Absolutely. Put them there. You might be able to keep... There you go. Can you see them there? I can see them there. I just can't see the top of my head. I have to lean forward like this. Right. So, let's show you this lot. Okay. I'm just going to keep going. All these seeds. I'll go through them in a moment. But I just want to show you how amazing some people are. Still going. There's more. Just a few more. There's some more. Oops. Okay, last one. Whee! Seeds everywhere! Right. Okay, these were sent to me through the post. I got them last week from Jazz at Alternative Smallholding. And she's determined to make me grow a lot of food. And, you know, she kept me going after Billy had decimated my garden. Yeah, lots of planning. So she decided to send me a load of stuff. Because Wilkinson's had a sale, like 25p there. Hi, Siobhan. Yeah, so sweet peas. Actually, I've never had a problem growing sweet peas except up here. I put a load in this year and 2 of them got to that big and then just died off. That's it. So, as Jazz was doing a video on her tomatoes, she's grown a lot of tomatoes and they're absolutely fantastic. There's one particular that I wanted to try. Well, I wanted to try Atomic Grape. But I wanted to try these because I've never heard of them. They're called Spoon. Dogs, behave. They're called Spoon. And they're a tiny currant tomato. And apparently they have a lot of taste. Very, very flavoursome. They were Jazzy's favourite for this year. Grow lots for 2020. Put in pots, baskets, and put them in hanging baskets as well. So they are called Spoon. You're the other side of the table. I can't see if you can read that. But it's called Spoon. Spoon. So, those. Hello.
Is Dribble in bed?
No, I'm in alive.
Oh, here's Dribble.
Yeah, Dribble. Left to come this way. Hi, piece of heaven farmstead. Oh, look, Dribble's got extra toes. Can you see? Here, come this way a little bit. See his extra toe there?
It's a cat with thumbs.
Yeah, he's a cat with thumbs, and his back paws have got about 7 toes each. Obi, get off the settee.
Right.
Anyway, thanks. Yeah, no, I didn't feed them. Sorry. Yeah. So, Spoon. I'm going to try and grow these because they got a lot of flavour, and you never know, Siobhan. And I'm not supposed to eat many. He is big, Sharon. He's massive. I'm not supposed to eat many tomatoes or potatoes. So, as those have got a lot of flavour, apparently, that's a really good one to grow. You get lots of flavour of only a little bit. I've also got carrots, and I've never had any luck, any luck at all growing carrots. I grew some about 3 years ago, and they got to about that big. But the guinea pigs like them. The carrot tops are up here. Now this is pointy cabbage. This one's called greyhound. They're pointy cabbage. I love these. You can hear guinea pigs. Sorry, you're in front of their cage, and they get a treat at night. Right, this is salad collection: beetroot, lettuce, cucumber, rocket, spring onions, tomatoes. Spring onions. I think you call them green onions in America. I've heard some people call them salad onions. They're basically small onions. Little, white bit on the bottom. You eat the you eat the green tops as well. Now I don't eat beetroot. I don't like rocket. So I don't know. I'm probably only going to grow 3 of these. Scallions. That's it. Thanks, Siobhan. Yeah, that's spring onions, scallions. Broad beans. I like growing broad beans because they tend to grow quite easily. We've got the pointy cabbage, we've got the carrots, we've got the spoon, atomic grape, are a really nice, quite a small, really dark colour tomato. Barry's crazy cherry. It says on the back. Only need 1, lots of fruit, nice in stews, etc. Quite late to get blight. So that's Barry's crazy cherry. They sound a bit like they'd be quite good if you have blight in the area. Calendula. Little pack of calendula. Impomia. I'm guessing that's another tomato because the tomatoes mostly came in those packets. But I'll have to look that up. Woad. Now she sent me woad because you can use woad for dyeing fleece, dye material and stuff. So that's one thing I do want to do. yeah, the guinea pigs are a bit noisy, sorry. I don't really notice them a lot these days. Then we have more carrots. Now I haven't tried growing carrots since we moved up here. And I should, because actually up in this part of the world, I don't know if you know, but carrots grow really, really well. There's a massive carrot farm not far from here. There's a few, actually. More beetroot. I'll have to look into that, Siobhan. I've never heard of beetroot being used as a dye. I think it depends on the mordant that you've got to fix it with. Roma tomatoes. They look like they're heirloom variety, Mediterranean heirloom. Pink, yeah. So sweet peas, I don't know what I did wrong. I've never had a problem growing sweet peas before. Maybe they just don't grow up here. I don't know. Who knows? So, Siobhan, while you're on here, has Bonnie always had Front right, crappy foot. Blue historically used for clothing. I can't, sorry, it just disappeared. Somebody else put a comment and I can go back and see what was said. So about the colour blue. It's disappeared off. Closing face, body painting. Maybe for tattoo. Possibly. Yeah, woad's really nice colour. I really like it. Use it instead of, I can't remember the name. Oh, Siobhan, well, we've basically the outside of a front right hoof. The outside wall is coming off. So we've trimmed it as best we can. We've sprayed it. See what happens. Now, this is Shetland fleece I've been making. I've been spinning, but I've been hand spinning for this. Now, the problem I have with this, I was talking to my mum about it the other day. Shelley hoof, yes, it's really quite bad. It's quite bad for her. And I was thinking of maybe putting her to Russ. This one doesn't work very well. Yeah, I know what you mean, don't worry. They call it Shelley hoof up here, to be honest, not Shelley foot, Shelley hoof. This drop spindle, I really like using drop spindles normally, but this one, it's horrible. It's not bad. It's designed to be used this way up, and it doesn't work. It's awful. It's not very easy to use. So what I might do, it's not got enough weight behind it. So what I might actually do is take this, that hook at the end there, you see, take it off there and put it on here. And then if we use it that way up, it's got more weight at the bottom. So in theory, it should. Which way am I going with this? In theory, it should spin better like that. It really doesn't spin very well like that. There. Yeah, you'll see, it's just a few random things. Right, breeding, because it really is getting close to that time. As you know, we've got the Dexter cows recently, and there are 3 females and 1 castrated male. And we were trying to decide whether or not we're going to breed them, and if we do, what cow to, what breed cow, because whilst I like Dexters, I don't really, if I'm going to breed them, I want to breed something a bit more interesting. Dogs, calm down. Ruby's trying to play with Gonzo, and Gonzo's just staring at him. You nana. So, cow breeding. I was thinking of doing artificial insemination and breeding them to another Dexter. If I was going to do that, I want a red Dexter, because I've only got 1 red cow. And I really like the red cows. And the red cow's daughter is black, but she obviously carries the red gene. So if I put her to a red bull, I then get more of a chance. I get probably about 50 to 75% chance of getting a red calf. But if I put her to a black bull, which is the most common colour, and unfortunately the only ones I could find available through AI over here, if I put it to a black bull, then I've got only a 25% chance. Yeah, that's it, Dixie. She's absolutely beautiful, isn't she? But see, her daughter, I've already got a 75% chance of her daughter. I've got 75% chance of her daughter coming out black, and only 25% chance of her coming out red. Whereas, in fact, no, she wouldn't do that, would she? Because she'll get 1 colour. She'll get 1 from the dad, 1 from the mum. Gonzo, get off there. She'll get 1 from the dad, 1 from the mum. Yeah, anyway, she's probably not going to have a red calf. And Dixie is red, but she's already got a black calf, so I know that she's not 100% red. She's not homozygous red, she's heterozygous red. And if I'm going, I'd ideally quite like to have another red cow. I like it. I've got 1 red horse, 1 sorrel, red chestnut pick. I've only got 1. We've bred her. She's had 4 foals. Not one of them has come out her colour. So, you know, I really like the red colour animals, and I don't seem to get them. Sorry, my nose is itching like mad. I think sperm-wise here. Not for Dexter's, not red Dexter's AI, Siobhan. I've been looking. Also, all the Dexters in the area that are available to bring the bull to us and to put him in with our cows, again, they're all black, all the Dexters. And I like black, I really do, but I don't want to have just one red. That's just me. It would just be nice. Anyway, so then we were looking at colour is not the most important thing. But the Dexters that are around, 2 of them that are available by AI are related to them. So I can't use them. Because all 4 of these are related. The 2 older ones are half sisters, and the 2 younger ones are half brother and sister. Plus, other than their mother, they also live with their mother and their aunt, each of them. So, you know, the moms are both half sisters, the babies are both half sisters. So I've got to be really, really careful what I do in terms of which bull I use. Now it's quite a small community, that's the problem with Dexters around here. I'm not going to import from Ireland. Importing from England comes up with issues as well, and Wales. So ideally I've got to use something from Scotland. So looking at getting a Dexter, it's not going to work. It's just not going to keep going. I've given up on that. So then we were looking at possibly using a Highland cow, which is, you know, they're normally red. They do come in black, but they are normally red. And a friend of mine's got a Highland bull that we can borrow, and he's really nice, you know, quite a good temper. And with Highlands, hi Sue, with Highland bulls, Highland cows, or Highland coos as they call it here, not cows, coos. With Highland cows, if you leave them and don't do anything with them, you don't touch them, you don't handle them, they become full on wild. And then you've got a big, heavy cow that's got horns. And once they know they've got horns and they know they can use them, you're in trouble because they're going to keep using them. Now, a Dexter cross, I could end up with horns or without horns. Dexters don't, my Dexters don't have horns, they're naturally polled. But if I breed them to something with horns, I've got 50% chance of getting horns. So yeah, the Highlands, I mean, they produce beautiful cows, miniature Highlands, that's what a Dexter cross Highland is. Miniature Highlands are absolutely gorgeous. They're amazing, they're so cute, they're so lovely, but if you don't have the time to put in, you know, like going out there and handling them every day and grooming them and all of this, if you don't have the time for that, you're going to end up with a cow that's going to injure you, or even it could kill you. Or where a friend of mine works, they had to shoot a Highland cow only a couple of months ago because it was due to have its TB test, tuberculosis test. And over here, if you can't do the test, the cow has to be slaughtered. Now, because they couldn't get hold of the cow, it had to be shot. So I don't want to go down the line of breeding something and allowing myself to have a cow that could potentially have to be shot because you can't get near it. So it's one of those things where if we are going to breed to a Highland, we've got to make sure that we are okay to put in the effort, the time, the extra handling and all of that. However, it's going to be very cute, so it probably won't be hard. I probably think it's a chicken. It probably will. I currently have, I've had a chicken in with tups all day and she won't leave them, and now one of the roosters lives with the tups. That's Brian the rooster, now lives with the male sheep. Just weird. Anyway, and Captain, chicken called Captain, she thinks that she's a sheep now by the looks of it. She lives in with the tups as well. So the other option that we have been offered is a longhorn cow bull. Now, it's not a longhorn like a Texas longhorn, you know, where the horns are just enormous, like 6 foot size. It's not that, it's a British longhorn. And pretty much every breed almost every breed of cow in this country originated from the Longhorn. So whilst they call them Longhorns, the horns tend to sort of go around, like my hair is doing at the moment, goes around the front and sort of sits like that. So they're not really that long. Now we've been offered a Longhorn that's a bit schizo, but he's young. A Longhorn who's very nice, sweet-natured. And we've been offered what is a Shorthorn cross Longhorn that is described as quiet as a mouse. Now these all come from the same person. Now the thing about that is if you breed with one of them, Shorthorns were the original, like certainly during Victorian times and a bit before then, when the breed was established, they became the family cow, the Shorthorn did, because they've got really good temperaments, they're dual purpose, their meat, their milk's really nice. They produce quite a lot of it for what is essentially a meat breed. Now obviously we're not going to send them for meat, but the milk has an issue for us because I want to use the milk. I'm currently just letting my goat dry up, Seffi, because turns out Asher doesn't like goat's milk. So I'm not using it. So letting her dry up, I'm not breeding her again this year. I might breed her next year. So yeah, there's that. So then I've got the choice between, so you've got the half Shorthorn Longhorn. The Longhorn is just a slightly different version of the Shorthorn. There's not a lot of difference. The Longhorn has a little bit creamier milk. Now, if I want to be making loads and loads of butter, ice cream, cream, that sort of thing, then I would rather go for the pure Longhorn crossed with the Dexter than the crossbreed. But then when you think about it, it's not going to affect the cows I've got now. It will affect the next generation. And I may not, I wouldn't get a calf for 4 years from that one. So you're still looking at about, at least 4 years before I'd have this milk, which is creamier. And in that time, I could go buy myself a Holstein or, something like that, a different type of cow. So that's why we're thinking, we're looking at options. We're going to go and have a look at Highland Bull tomorrow. Because of my health problems, I've got to have a good tempered bull. I mean, the cows that we have here, they're a little bit nervous of people, but they're not bad tempered. Even Obi is an idiot, a stupid dog. He keeps going in with the cows and they don't chase him. Whereas most cows, as anybody knows who's ever tried to walk a dog through a cow field, most cows will attack a dog, will go for the dog, chase after it, and, it ends badly. But they don't even care about the dog. So I know they've got really, really good natured, and even though they've only been here a few weeks, it's like today, they came up to me. I personally haven't fed them for about a week. I mean, they don't need hard feed. We just give them something, to get them to come over. They don't get something every day. They get something every few days. I haven't fed them for at least a week, and I called them, and they all came all the way up the hill to see me. And I threw the food in. They weren't really interested in the food, just more interested in me, which is quite nice. So yeah, that's the seeds. That's these things, the fibre stuff. That's the cows breeding. So now let's get on to the sheep breeding. Now I finally got the Soay tups in. A tup, you probably all know, I've said it so many times, a tup is a male sheep that is able to breed. Now when we bought the last lot a month ago, don't tempt me, Siobhan. I've already talked about milking the sheep. They're a bit small. To get myself a nice table. Yeah, because theirs apparently it's really creamy.
You make pecorino, which is lovely cheese.
Pecorino?
Yeah, it's sheep cheese.
Siobhan?
Like Parmesan.
Yeah, lots of decisions. Okay, Ashley just told me about a type of cheese that's like Parmesan. I'm sure you can make that with goat's milk, if you can make it with sheep's milk.
We should try.
Well, you keep telling me not to milk Sophie because you don't want the milk.
I don't want the milk. I wouldn't mind the cheese.
God help me. Planning soon. Sharon, this is now, we're in the process. We are tomorrow going to go and look at a bull. So, you know, and probably tomorrow the other guy should get back to us about the bulls, prices and everything. We've got to do it now. We're going to do it soon. Oh, planting. Sorry, I thought you said planning. Yes, lots of planting. I'll get onto that in a minute after I've done the sheep. Right, so the sheep. We've got all the boys have been checked and everything. The Soay Tups have their lambs. Yeah. Yes, April. You should just try it. Anyway, right. The Soay Tups, the little diddy sheep, they have been out with the girls for, what, 3 weeks? Is it 3 weeks, Asha? Since we got the Soays, the new second lot?
About that, yeah.
Yeah, about 3 weeks. They've been out with the girls. And it's possible. It is possible, unlikely, but possible, that 2 of them may have actually been able to breed to produce babies. So it's possible in 5 months' time we may end up with a load of Soay crosses. Don't know. But anyway, they're in now. And then next month, November, a sheep's pregnant for 5 months. So in November next month, scary, that's November, in a few weeks, then we're going to separate the girls and the boys. Yeah, you know what, April, they'd be absolutely tiny and absolutely gorgeous, and the views would just be able to sneeze them out. But there you go. So so next month we'll be putting everybody in for breeding, and to be honest, when we put the older lot in for breeding, we'll find out whether or not they've actually been covered by the Soays and are already pregnant. That'd be quite funny. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, I'm just going off on one now. So that's with them. We've sorted out all the boys. We got them all in. I've had my hands around so many testicles this week. It's one of those things. You're doing horse breeding, you're doing cow breeding, you're doing sheep breeding.
That'd be Obi beating a cat.
That was one of the cats telling Obi off, and I heard the cat hiss, and then Obi cried. So it sounds like Obi has just had a bat on the nose. I cannot bring you any little diddy lambs. I'm really sorry. Yeah, so if you wonder what that dog cry noise was, it was Obi. He cries at the slightest thing. He's a wimp. So all the boys are all sorted. The girls, we got all the girls in. Remember the girls from yesterday, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yesterday, day before? Yesterday, all the girls came in. If you haven't seen the video of the sheepdog, Jake, working, it's up on YouTube. He's a brilliant dog. For a dog that's not even properly trained, you know, he's not finished off training yet. He just did an amazing job with our sheep. He was fantastic, very good lad. Soays will be the size of guinea pigs when they lamb. Not far off, yeah. Kittens, maybe, more than guinea pigs. Oh, this seat is uncomfortable. I have to get a different seat in for next time. So, Bonnie and Bantha are going to Russ. Now, Bonnie used to be owned by Siobhan, who's commented on here. Siobhan Fletcher. That's a friend of mine from the Midlands of England, so 400 miles south, 406 miles, something like that. I got Bonnie from her. She's a Welsh breed. Now, the pronunciation of the name of this breed is different in all different parts of the world. I'm used to it being called a Llŷn. Up here in Scotland, they call them Lens, because it's spelled L-L-E-Y-N. So they pronounce them Len, or a lot of people pronounce them Len, and then there's different ways, and I just get fed up. I don't care how I pronounce it. Anyway, Bonnie is a really, really nice girl, lovely you. She's very, once you get hold of her, she's very sweet. She's nervous about being getting hold of, but the minute you get hold of her, she's sweet and lovely. She's got a bit of a dodgy foot. Yes, exactly. They come from Wales. That's why it's spelled with 2 L's and pronounced weirdly. I should pronounce it. I'm just
Clean.
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 Yeah, I can't pronounce that.
You get lots of phlegm in the back of your throat.
Yeah, I haven't got that. Anyway, so I think she's probably going to go to Russ. Now, twice she failed to take the first year. Second year, unfortunately, she had stillborn. So, hi, Mama tried. So, this will be the third time of trying to breed her. And if she doesn't take or nothing works, then, you know, we won't try and breed her again. Right now, she's incredibly fat, so I need to get some weight off her anyway. As are the cows. I'm seriously thinking of bringing them in. Just to get them off the grass, even though it's cold and winter. Well, the grass isn't worth much, but it's good for them, obviously. So, that's Bonnie and Bantha. They're the 2 biggest girls that we've got. And Russ, of course, is the biggest boy that we've got. So, yeah, there's Russ, and then I might stick Sausage in with her afterwards, just in case Russ hasn't done his job. And then that'll be that. Other than that, we have Bantha, isn't it, going to the Blackie? Hugo?
No, Bantha's going to Ross.
Not Bantha, sorry. Petsy.
Betsy, yeah.
Petsy, the 4-horn Jacob, she's going to Hugo, who is the Scottish black-faced lamb, top lamb. Now, I got Hugo specifically because I want to breed to him, to that breed. And he will get more girlfriends every year. But he's going to start off, he'll do Petsy, and yes, Kerry is the other one, Siobhan, that we're talking about doing with him. Because Jen, my pet lamb, Jen, who is bottle fed, she is a Kerry Hill cross Scottish blackface. And she is actually, Jen is Hugo's half sister. They got the same dad. So Jen can't ever be bred to him. But Kerry, being a pure Kerry Hill, she's no relation to him. So Kerry is going to go, and Petsy are both going to go to Hugo, the Scottish black-faced top lamb. And he's ready for work. He is ready for work. So that's two boys. We've got 2 Soay tups. We think they're related. We think they have the same dad. We don't know. We can't find out unless I do DNA tests, which are going to cost me about 10 times what I bought each sheep for. So, you know. So there's 2 Soay boys. I'm going to choose one of them, and he's going to get the 3 Soay girls that I bought a few months ago. The first 3, or one of them might get 1, and the other one might get 2. Stewie, no, not this year, because Stewie, being the older one, he's related. We think he's related to at least 2 of the other 3, but again, I don't know for certain. The older 3, I don't know for certain, and I'm not going to risk it. So this year, Stewie gets nobody, poor lad. But next year, I'll have 4. Next year, yes, Tup is a male entire sheep. Sorry, brain gone. Next year, Stewie will have 4. But this year, he has none. Poor lad. So, I just can't risk it. I don't know who's related to who. You know, the guy was so ridiculous, didn't know what he couldn't even tell me which sheep was related, which of the boys were the dad. Okay, so then we've got the white one, Sean will not be bred from. He's part bred, he's only half Soay, and I don't want to dilute that anymore. He gives nothing, absolutely nothing, in terms of how he looks. There's nothing at all about Sean that I want to breed into another sheep. So Sean, unfortunately, he's a crossbreed that's not going to have a job. And I don't mind crossbreeds as long as they can give something, like for the fleece, because obviously I'm breeding for fleece. So yeah, poor Sean. Unfortunately, he can't be castrated because he's got a testicular adhesion. so he can't be castrated. As the vet said, the chances are very, very high, 95%, that he'd bleed out and die. So I'm not going to go there. He can't be snipped, Sean. Then we have Dot. Now I am getting next week, about just over a week's time, I'm getting some South Down sheep. And the South Down sheep are really sweet, really, really lovely. Actually, the person I got this little needle felted pig from, Sweet Pea Farm NY, she has South Down sheep. But I'm getting some South Down sheep next week. Now I need to speak to the person because these are being rehomed with us. And I need to speak to the lady to find out if she's got any specifications. You know, if she says to me, I don't want you to breed them, I won't breed them. I'd like to, but I don't know exactly what I've got. And I need to assess the girls anyway before I decide. So next week I'll know whether or not Dot is getting a girl to play with. And he may well do. He may get one or two of the South Downs. I think we only one. He might get one of the South Downs. I think the other's too young. So yeah, little micro Dot, he might get that. Now Steve. Steve is another option for the South Downs. Now I said about 2 months ago, I don't want to breed Steve. He didn't look good. He wasn't good quality. Everybody else who came and looked at him agreed. He's not breeding quality. You'd gain nothing except a black fleece. Now, whilst I know I'm breeding for fleece, you don't get 100% that you're going to get a fleece. So therefore, I don't want to breed a weird looking thing just for the sake of a fleece. I mean, I know Banther's a weird looking thing, but I'm breeding her to a specific type. Like, I wouldn't breed Banther to sausage because I don't think it would work. And I certainly wouldn't breed Banther to a Soe because that would be ridiculous. You know, you still have to take confirmation and everything into account. Yeah, but Steve, we were looking at him a couple of days ago and he's changed. He's really, really come on. And we thought he'd finished. He was all finished off. He was over a year. He wasn't going to change. But actually, he's obviously just a late finisher. And now he looks fantastic. So he probably is actually going to get one or two girls to play with. Lucky boy. So that's pretty much it for the animals. Yeah. There you go. That's a rundown of everything. The pheasants, if you remember the big barn, the green barn that the pheasants were in, had that green mesh over the door so they couldn't get out. Well, that green mesh was taken off the other day when the contractor came to clear out all the straw in the barn. And they haven't flown away yet. Touch wood, they won't. They're still quite happy in the barn. They can go out and they can come back in again. And they seem to be happy that they live in the barn. So that's good. So I'm hoping next year I might get some baby pheasants. Golden pheasants. I'm not 100% certain it's going to work, but I'm going to give it a go. And hopefully we're going to get their outdoor aviary sorted in time for the spring. So they'll stay in there for the winter. In the spring they'll come out to the outdoor aviary. It's just by the window here actually. I'll be able to look out and see them from the living room. And then they should be a lot happier in there. It's more suitable for breeding, whereas where they are at the moment in the barn, it's not suitable really for breeding. I've seen people breeding golden pheasants in just concrete blocks, you know, concrete little things that are about the size of this little table, a concrete floor, a stick to perch on, and that's it. And I've seen them breed in there, but it's not how I want to do it. I want them to be a little bit happier about where they are. So the idea is, assuming they don't disappear between now and spring, they'll go out there and that'll all be set up. So excited about that. We've already started clearing the trees out of there, ready for it. So yeah, right, planting. I need to get hold of some autumn garlic. I have some garlic actually. Monty from a family garden, my family garden, he gave me some garlic when I visited. It's really nice. It's like little red stuff, beautiful stuff. So I'm going to plant some of that. My garlic, but I'm going to do it in the raised beds this time, not in the garden like last time. But the stuff in the garden, I had a look at it again the other day. It's a couple that are left there went to seed because they were. I've got it here somewhere. I have some here. That's the size of my garlic bulbs. My hands are tiny, by the way. They're just, there's nothing to them. They're absolutely tiny. So anyway, some of them just went to seed. No, I'm just going to leave them there. That's it. I've left them. And if they produce garlic in the years to come, brilliant. If they don't, I've not lost anything. So I'm going to try planting some Amontes, and I might go and buy some more. Actually, I've got some. I do actually have some in a box. So I don't need to buy any more. So I'm going to plant a load, and I'm going to do it in a raised bed this time. Right, the carrots. Now, Jazz, alternative small holding, her daughter Rue has a very special way of growing carrots. And it's basically just shove a load of seeds in at the same point. Don't bother, separating them like this says. 30 centimetres apart and, a good few centimetres each along. And Rue just chucks the whole lot in and she gets loads of carrots. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do Rue's way of doing it. Actually, you don't eat beetroot, do you? No, it tastes like mud. See, he agrees with me. Tomatoes.
Some dying stuff though.
Yes, Siobhan said that. So there you go, Siobhan. You've won. We may well actually grow some beetroot for dying. All the tomatoes. They're not all the tomatoes. There are more tomatoes. I actually have a few packs over there as well. All the tomatoes. I'm going to plant a load of these tomatoes. Loads and loads. Siobhan, it tastes like dirt. And having had a carriage driving accident at high speed where I ended up with dirt in my mouth, I know what dirt tastes like. Yeah, so lots of tomatoes. Now what I'm going to do with those, I'm going to start them quite early, and I'm going to start them in the house. This pointy cabbage, I love pointy cabbage. Right, pickled beetroot is supposed to be good. I don't like it, April, I've tried it. I also said, Rach, I don't like roasted beetroot. I've tried that, my sister used to love it. Don't like it. Sweet peas, give these another go. I don't know, I might just throw them in the field. Oh, it's disappeared. I'm back. I'm a bag. I think I'm back. Yeah, broad beans I'm growing. Beans I'm growing just because they grow so easily. It kind of gives you a bit of confidence boost. The woad is going to be grown. Sorry, April, I know it just disappeared. The woad is going to be grown for dyeing. Beetroot will be grown for dyeing. So what I might do is set up one of the beds just for dyeing stuff. Or I might make a new. The greenhouse needs sorting out. The silly goose has a nest in the greenhouse, and she keeps laying eggs in the greenhouse. And every time you go near the greenhouse, she attacks you. Because Spook's funny like that. We've got to sort out the glass on the greenhouse. It's got to be done, but she keeps laying in there. I didn't want to disturb her nest, but you've seen there are bits of broken glass around, and she keeps digging bits of broken glass up from under the soil. And now she started putting them in. Yeah, good idea, Rach. Now she started digging up bits of glass from the ground and putting it in her nest, which means tomorrow I've got to go and just destroy her nest because she's got glass in there. And although I'm not going to hatch any eggs and she doesn't sleep in there, I'm not going to have her rip herself open because she's sitting on glass. She's not very clever. So she sure shouldn't be laying this time of year. No, I can't reach the baskets. Thanks for that, Siobhan. Asher, Rach just suggested that I grow tomatoes and hanging baskets that Billy can't reach. Siobhan just pointed out I wouldn't be able to reach them either.
No, he's got a taller reach than you.
Billy is taller than me, has to be said. So, there we go, people. Is there anything else that anybody would like to talk about? Oh, here's one of my little garlic cloves. You see it? See how tiny that is? Oh, if you saw my 3 little mini tomatoes that I did a video on the other day, I put them on the windowsill here so they could finish ripening, because I took them off the plant because we were due a frost. So I put them up here so they finish ripening in the sun. The next morning I get up, there's only 2, there's not 3. Siobhan, you pay for it, you come and do the work, you can paint the room any colour you like, I really don't care anymore. I've made it magnolia, just crap. Anyway, the next morning came down and there was only 1 tomato instead of 3. And what happened is Socks, my dear little black and white farm cat, has suddenly decided she actually likes the living room. And apparently she was up on the windowsill playing with things. She batted them, 2 of the tomatoes onto the floor, battered them around the floor, and I think the dogs have eaten them. So I only have 1 tomato left that's ripening. There it is. It's actually quite squishy. May well be ready. I think that's probably ready. Right, failures this year. Strawberries. Partly Billy's fault. They started to grow back. Done nothing. Other failures. You see all these marks on my arm? Yeah? That's spray that we put on the sheep's feet the other day. The first sheep that I was doing, because they're in that tip crate, they're already that far away from my face because of my shortness. And I was spraying the spray on the first sheep's foot, and it moved the foot, the spray splattered back up, and I had, you can't really see them very well, but I've got spots all on my arm, and this is 3 days later. I've been scrubbing, Swarfiga, everything. I can't get those spots off my arm. I got them off my face, but anything that ever goes on my arms stains for ages. There's another failure for you. That's me. Yeah, so strawberries didn't grow. Just gave up. Bit disappointed with that. I like strawberries. The mint has gone nuts. It's fantastic. Apparently the goats don't like it. Brilliant. I was given a load of bamboo. Goats love bamboo. Awesome. And I've got a load left because they've eaten the leaves. So I've got the stalks left. So I planted some of them to try and get them to root. Do you want some raspberry canes? We've got raspberry canes, actually. Asher does. I don't eat raspberries very often. I find them a bit too sweet, too sharp. Asher, raspberry canes. Do we need any more?
We can always use more, but there's a bunch growing wild down the end of the drive.
Siobhan, Asher said he could always use more. We're growing wild down the drive. Wow, April, that's fantastic. Well, we're putting willow in. We're getting some willow from Tapo North when they're chopping them down. I'll try and remember, Siobhan. Oh yeah, another thing that Jazz sent me was comfrey. So to put on my aching joints, my aching bones, my aching muscles. Oh, fibrous stuff. Yeah, so that went down really well. That's worked. You sort of soak it in water, warm it up a bit, put it on you for a bit. It's really nice. It bizarrely works to relax your muscles and things. So that's actually worked. It's been amazing. I need to tell her actually. Jazz, it worked. She probably won't be watching this far in. Right. Does anybody have anything else you would like to ask me or like me to ramble on about? No, I don't like anything like that, Siobhan. Any teas like that. I'm weird. I don't even like mint tea, but I love mint. Oh yeah, my tip for teas. If you ever have ginger tea, do not got rhubarb. No, I don't generally eat rhubarb. I've got custard. Yeah, ginger tea. No, I don't like hot drinks. You know I don't like hot drinks, woman. You're telling me to make myself a tea for. You know I don't like hot drinks. Except hot chocolate. It's best if it has marshmallows on the top. And whilst I love chocolate, I actually cannot stand chocolate ice cream. I don't like it. I'm weird. I know I'm weird. Right, for those of you who weren't here at the beginning, this is my Christmas octopus decoration. Got wobbly eyes and all sorts. He started off, he was going to be an angel, and I showed it to Asher. No, I don't actually like iced tea. I don't like tea, April. I don't like tea, I don't like coffee, I don't like them hot, I don't like them cold. Don't like most hot drinks. Siobhan, I don't buy chocolate ice cream. You can buy it and you can eat it. I showed this to Asher before I had the eyes on, and this was all a bit more like down rather than separated into 8 legs. And Asher said, "Oh, you've made an octopus." And I looked at it and went, "Oh, looks more like an octopus than a fairy." So that is my Christmas octopus Christmas tree decoration. And it is the best octopus Christmas tree decoration I've ever seen. Yep, Christmas octopus is finished. And I know, I might put glitter on him, and I know he's the best Christmas octopus Christmas tree decoration that you guys have ever seen as well. I know that for a fact. Because you haven't seen one before. Right. I'm going to go because it is gone 1 o'clock in the morning. And Siobhan's probably keeping her husband up, listening to me. And accidental starfish. Oh, April, did you do that recently? Send me a link. I want to see a picture. That would go really, really well. Maybe I should give my Christmas octopus away as a prize. Is he worthy of a prize? Well, is he worthy of a prize? Would you want a Christmas octopus? Oh dear. Lucky Jim. Okay. Good night, everybody. I'm going to go, and thanks, April. Thanks for joining, everybody. I will see you soon. Oh.